What's up, Moto Brats? It's Special Warrior, and welcome to part 3 of What If Naruto Had the Gamer's Ability. So, the previous part was where we had the introduction to the gamer system and how it works and stuff like that, and how Naruto finally got the comparison he needed from his other classmates and about how strong and weak he is and what other specialities are. For example, Shikamaru has high intelligence, Hinata and Kiba have high dexterity, and Sakura has high intelligence but low wisdom, and Sasuke has high everything except for vitality. So Naruto realizes the gap between every student and him, and he realizes that he has been slacking off in the academy. Yes, he's stronger than a couple of people. For example, he's stronger than Ino and Sakura, but he's weaker than Hinata in strength, except for strength and stuff. He's just barely stronger than Hinata. But yeah, anyways, Naruto is going to be improving in this episode on. So yeah, we're gonna having like a training arc more or less. But yeah, as I said, there's no need to further take the intro more or less. So without any further ado, let's get watching. So a story would start off with Team 7 in the Team 7 ground. They would be waiting for Kakashi for over 2 hours, with Sasuke and Sakura being angry at Kakashi being late, but Naruto just is, well, Naruto's just calm and collected, thinking about all the knowledge that he has gained yesterday. Which is interesting because Naruto's new stats has been increased. His current stats are, well, everything is increased, so it's good for him, I guess. Naruto also knows that he needs more skills because, as all the information said, he's just a genin. The ranking system is high. There are many ranking systems, that being genin, shonin, jonin, mid-jonin, anbu, sanin, and Hokage. So yeah, basically he's just in the tuning, and he still needs to go to Kage level, basically, if he wants to find out what the lies that the truths that has been told to him, because he realizes that his backstory is really weird as well as protected. If Misugi didn't tell him, he wouldn't have known, because he was, well, dumb. That he's dumb. Pride is not going to come in between the fact that he knows his weaknesses, because it is basically given in numbers, so he can compare with each and everyone. So yeah, he knows what he needs to do, but he doesn't have a clear path. He wants to find all the truth surrounding him and this jutsu stuff, but the jutsu is gonna come later. He's not gonna go and steal the scroll of sealing again to check what kind of jutsu that he got, because he's not an idiot, as I said, nor is he stupid. So Naruto would wait his chance while becoming a Kage level shinobi. Maybe then he can activate it. So he needs the truth, all of it. So Kakashi would come 2 hours later with Sakura shouting at him, but Sasuke just glaring at him, but Naruto just staring at him with a blank stare. That's when Kakashi apologizes and introduces them to the belt test and what needs to be done. Naruto quickly realizes that there's something wrong, because remember, he has just gained knowledge, stat points. So he realizes that there is no two Genin team in the shinobi sector, or Genin team, whatever you want to call it. So there's no two-man squad. There's always three-man squad, which is 2 boys and 1 girl. Sometimes there might be 3 boys, sometimes there might be 3 girls, or sometimes there might be 1 boy and 3 girls. But yeah, it's always 3 person and a jonin. So he realizes that this is kind of weird, but yeah, Naruto wants to test his current abilities against a jonin. Yeah, as I said, he wants to test his current abilities against a jonin, because he can't see just how different it is from his current stats and the jonin current stats, because he can't see. Remember, his observe is still low level. Yes, his observe has leveled up from the previous time he used it, which was, well, yesterday, when he was looking at every student and realizing it. His observe skill is leveled up to fight to level 5, meaning 3 times. So even if that, he still tried to use observe on Kakashi, which still doesn't work out because Kakashi is still stronger than him. And I'm not gonna, and before I like continue this, I just want to say that I'm not going to be highballing or lowballing anyone's power level or power stats, because yeah, if I think, because remember, Jonins are very strong, but Haku, who's using demonized mirror, his speed increases to that of the light speed, but not as fast as light. But Madara is able to use as fast as light. He's able to use the light fang technique, which is as fast as light, given in the data books. If you guys don't know, you can just go Google it still. See, but yeah, I'm not going to lowball everything they did in the anime, because well, the anime kind of lowballed it, while the manga correctly depicted just how strong Naruto was. But yeah, I mean, every shonen manga is just like that, they like lowball. They like due to the animation, they can't really show to Naruto's or the protagonist's true strengths. But yeah, but if you go to the manga, there's just drawing, so they just can completely show what their true strengths are and no weaknesses for that. But yeah, I'm not saying that manga is better than anime or something like that. I'm not going to go on that debate, because honestly that debate has almost ended and I'm not willing to restart it. But yes, so Naruto, as I said, wants to like fight against Kakashi to see where he stands against a Jonin. So when the battle starts, Sasuke and Sakura like disappear into the trees, while Naruto stays there wanting to fight him. Now he's not overconfident. He knows that he's weak against a Jonin. He's not overconfident like he was in canon, because Naruto thought that just because he learned some kind of A rank jutsu and he defeated a Chunin, he would be able to defeat a Jonin. Naruto was really arrogant at that point. Naruto was arrogant most of the time during the first part of the OG Naruto series. Come on, yeah, you guys. He's not arrogant as Sasuke though. Arrogance and overconfidence is different. Yeah, Naruto was overconfident, not arrogant. Sasuke was arrogant because he thought no one was as strong as him. But Naruto was overconfident. He thought that he was stronger than everybody. He was not lowballing anyone's strength, but Sasuke was lowballing everybody's strength. But yeah, Naruto would run like front of Kakashi to punch him, while Kakashi takes out his book. And seeing Naruto's speed, more or less, is kind of intriguing, because this is faster than what Naruto was said to be. And Kakashi just hits his head, realizing that he was following a damn statistic book which was made by teachers who hated Naruto. So he doesn't know what he needs to expect. Sasuke and Sakura are amazed by seeing Naruto's speed, which is interestingly high, because Naruto's dexterity is at 30 and his strength is at 22. So he's pretty strong, but not as strong as Sasuke. But yes, but that's when after a taijutsu fight, basically Naruto punching and kicking, for Kakashi just dodged easily while reading his book. Naruto gets a skill which he didn't expect, so he stops. He gets the skill called ultimate unpredictable taijutsu. So yeah, he gets a skill named Unpredictable Taijutsu, which is at level 1. He gets a pop-up for it, and it distracts Naruto well enough for Kakashi to come behind him and hit him in the butt, sending him flying to the water. Now Naruto falls into the water and sees the skill, while floating or something. He just sees the skill. Basically, it's a taijutsu which is unpredictable. Interestingly, it's interesting because Naruto thought that he was doing the academy taijutsu given to him, but it seems that this taijutsu skill that he has got is different, because he knows that he kind of figured out that whatever technique that he used is same with it. But he also notices that he doesn't have two very important skills, that being his transformation jutsu and substitution jutsu. He just confuses it, maybe thinking that it has been erased from his skill set, but he remembers the hand size and stuff. So he comes back up having a theory but not really knowing if it is true. So he runs towards where Kakashi is, who's currently just put Sakura into Genjutsu and going to fight Sasuke. But Naruto comes in between where Sasuke was supposed to be and Kakashi is, and yeah, he goes for round 2 with Kakashi. Now, this new style, being unpredictable taijutsu, is well unpredictable. Kakashi realizes that Naruto's movements are much more unpredictable more before, since he's a Jonin, he can easily figure it out. But that's when Kakashi goes to punch Naruto. But Naruto, that's when Naruto, does some hand seals, which Kakashi realizes instantly what it is. That being substitution, and he punches a log while Naruto substitutes elsewhere else. Then Naruto gains a purple, that being the skill for the substitution, and which his whole, we could say, whole theory was correct. Basically, whatever jutsu he learns becomes a skill, but the jutsu that he learned previously, was not accommodated as a skill because he didn't learn it after he got the system. So meaning all he has to do is relearn all of his jutsus, which is easy because he remembers all of his jutsus. Mostly it's like transformation as well as the sexy jutsu. So yeah. Naruto then comes again for round 3 to the unpredictable taijutsu. Kakashi, having enough of Naruto's baseless attempts, comes behind Naruto with a speed that Naruto could not follow. But Naruto was able to just barely sense him and was able to just dodge his punch. But Naruto gets another pop-up which he does ignore currently. He jumps and swings and tries to kick Kakashi, but Kakashi stops his leg and tosses Naruto out of the stadium. And Naruto just flies and lands, and almost falls on his head, but Naruto safely lands. Naruto then sees what this pop-up is, but it's a new skill. It's called Danger Sense, interestingly. So he goes to his skill set and he sees what this Danger Sense is. He can sense danger as well as other people near him. Interestingly, it's a passive and active skill. Now, yeah, I'm not going to be using passive and active. I forgot about that. I'm not going to be using passive and active skills. Damn it, I'm not going to be activating like passive or active skills, because that was one of my reasons that I had to redo this whole what if. I forgot. Yes, I'm not going to be adding passive or active skills in any of the skills, because it's just the skill sets because this is not the gamer system. Really, this is not the real gamer system. It's just a jutsu, which I would be explaining further on. It's just a mere copy of it, but it doesn't fully work in the mechanics of a game. It's just start points, which normally is. Or else I would have added charisma over here, because since this is not a gamer system, it doesn't increase his Naruto charisma or something. So yeah, there's no I'll say for the last time, there's no active and passive skills. So yeah, Naruto gains a danger sense, which after reading is interesting. Basically, he can sense any danger coming in front of him, as well he can sense people. So if you guys are wondering, yes, I have taken this idea from My Hero Academia. Spoiler alert, it is one of Deku's quirks. The 7 quirks are, how many quirks did Deku has? I think 7, right? Yeah, 7 quirks that Deku has. It's one of them named Danger Sense, which he unlocks during the war arc with Shigaraki. But yeah, this is but for this is basically a combination of sensing abilities from Naruto and observation haki from One Piece. Basically, observation haki can sense, predict and dodge movements, predict movements. This aura surrounding them where he can find out enemies. Basically, just like that. But I'm not gonna name it observation haki, so that's why I'm calling it Danger Sense. That's it. Naruto gets up, brushes his off and activates Danger Sense, and he senses someone, and he realizes that his senses have been heightened, and he senses Kakashi fighting with Sasuke. So he goes there to see Sasuke in a fireball coming towards Kakashi, but Kakashi uses jutsu which is Naruto doesn't know what it is, but basically it's the earth wall jutsu, and Kakashi disappears, digging into the ground, but Sasuke doesn't know where it is, but Naruto knows and goes to warn Sasuke, but it is too late, where a hand comes out of below Sasuke and drags him inside. Kakashi comes out and it tells something to Sasuke, which Naruto really couldn't hear, and he runs off. So Kakashi leaves Sasuke buried, and he goes away, but he leaves a shadow clone behind to see the interaction between Naruto and Sasuke, because he knows that Naruto is going to interact with Sasuke. So Naruto walks towards Sasuke with just a plain look, and when he reaches him, Sasuke looks at stretches his head to look at Naruto, while Naruto looks down on him, which kind of pisses Sasuke off, because since currently Sasuke is still in his "I am better than you" state. So Naruto then asks a simple question which pisses off Sasuke. So, how's the ground feeling for you? Now Naruto just wanted to honestly ask how it felt, because he never got stuck in a ground. But Sasuke, with this twisted twisted thinking, thought that Naruto was telling him how better he was than Sasuke, because Sasuke is the one buried in the ground while Naruto is standing. Sasuke gets pissed off and was gonna say something, but Naruto then says, "So, you want me to help you?" Sasuke knows he wants to say something, but he bites his tongue and just nods. Naruto, and since Sasuke knows that this is the only chance that he can get, because he hurt Sakura while getting knocked off, and Naruto is the only person who can get out of him, and he has tried, getting out of this place, which cannot really happen. Naruto will then say, "So, you owe me then." This question would confuse Sasuke, and knowing Naruto, it would Sasuke would be kind of scared, not scared, but uncomfortable that he owes Naruto a favor. But this Naruto is different, so he has piqued Sasuke's interest, so this Naruto is different. Maybe this Naruto might be different than the previous Naruto. Some kind of weird changes happened, because Naruto, who he has fought a couple of times before, or Naruto asking Sasuke to fight him. But yeah, Sasuke has always whooped Naruto's ass, but when Sasuke saw that when Naruto fought Kakashi, he was able to hold his own quite well. So maybe this Naruto is different than the Naruto who failed the Genin exams. Sasuke, being not knowing what to do, he just dumbly nods. Naruto then shrugs and picks up Sasuke, yanking him out of the ground and settling him in the ground. Sasuke is honestly quite shocked. Naruto has this much power, base strength, to just yank him out of the ground without any sweat. It's almost as if he has the same amount of strength as Naruto. Almost. Naruto is still weaker than him, or Sasuke thinks like that. But yeah, anyways, Naruto, then that's when Sasuke asks what the favor is. Naruto then just says, "Well, not right now, but anyways." Naruto then started walking off, and Sasuke would follow him, because he doesn't really have anything to do except for follow Kakashi. Then Naruto would start talking, asking to team up. Sasuke would not be comfortable with this and would start berating about how he's better than anyone. But that's when Naruto interrupts him and says that he got his ass whooped by a Jonin, and Naruto also got his ass whooped by a Jonin. So the two people who have got their ass whooped can combine their ass whooping together and whoop Kakashi's ass, which kind of weirds out Sasuke. But Naruto just in plainly simple words says to let's team up. Sasuke, knowing that he really can't do it alone again, because he got his ass whooped, so he decides to trust Naruto. He just wants to see this Naruto's capabilities, because he knows that he can pass this exam. His arrogance is in a whole other level, remember? But yeah, so Naruto and Sasuke would start running to where supposedly Kakashi is, and Kakashi's shadow clone, which has been spying on both Naruto and Sasuke, would disappear and give Kakashi the memory, and Kakashi would be standing in the starting point where they started the bell test, and that's when Naruto and Sasuke would come out of the forest, stop in front of Kakashi. So Naruto would fist clap his hands, while Sasuke would take out a kunai and spin it in his left hand. Both of them would be standing side by side. Basically, you can imagine Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki in the movie. Basically, it's that kind of thing. Basically, they both, or you could say how Naruto and Sasuke stood against Madara, after showing their new awakened powers. But yeah, both of them look at each other and just nod, and then they start running towards Kakashi. And Kakashi is impressed by both of their speeds, and he decides to see just how good their teamwork is. And Kakashi never even thought in his mind that these two people who apparently hate each other so much could not be able to work with each other. Kakashi's desperation for teamwork is so high that he forgot that people just don't wants to prove themselves more than they would. But Kakashi, being Kakashi, just ignores what he doesn't want to know. So, but Naruto and Sasuke, as I said, Naruto and Sasuke would come to cooperation and would run towards Kakashi, starting to fight him. Kakashi would be easily able to dodge all of the attacks, but that's when Kakashi would see something. Naruto and Sasuke are combining each of the taijutsu styles. Naruto, not really a taijutsu style, it's more basically unpredictability, but Sasuke with his Uchiha Receptor Fist. And whenever Sasuke punches, Naruto is behind to make sure that Sasuke doesn't get any punches. When Naruto starts attacking, Sasuke makes sure that Naruto doesn't get any attacks upon him. Basically, they're coordinating each of their moves, but not like perfect teamwork, but a teamwork which is acceptable to Kakashi, because they're just genin. Well, in Naruto's case, he's a fully fledged genin, a field genin by the way, and in Sasuke's case, he's an Uchiha. Both of them are able to combine their taijutsu styles to attack Kakashi, while Naruto gets pop-ups for his unpredictability leveling up 3 times. But Kakashi, having enough of this, would just easily take care of them, but that's when the bell would ring. And everyone would be given the food. While Sakura, who's knocked out, would be placed on the stump and tied to the stump, while Naruto and Sasuke would be just sitting beside her. When she would wake up, she would see that she's one tied to the stump, while Naruto and Sasuke just sitting there and eating. That's when Kakashi would explain about teamwork and the importance of teamwork. Naruto, not knowing how to take this into his heart, because the people he thought as his family abandoned him, remember, betrayed him. So he doesn't know if he wants to really take this into his to consideration. Sasuke is the same thing. Honestly, Naruto and Sasuke are questioning what Kakashi is talking about. Naruto and Sasuke glance at each other, which kind of they feel a weird connection making right now, like they have been betrayed, and they are questioning what Kakashi is meaning to say, which would surprise both of them, because they didn't think that the other person could understand what they would be feeling. Naruto and Sasuke honestly are in the same boat. Yes, I know. Yes, actually, if you guys think about it, Sasuke's betrayal, that is Sasuke's pain was that his brother betrayed his family and killed everyone. And Naruto's pain was that his family, or the supposed family that he had lied to his face and betrayed him. Not technically like Itachi did, but lied to him in his face. Whenever he asked questions, they didn't tell him, and that's a big blow for Naruto. And yes, not as a big blow would be for Sasuke, but yeah. So they have even more of a similarity between each other rather than in canon. Even more similarity between each other. In the canon, Naruto was able to sympathize with Sasuke only because of loneliness. But here, Naruto and Sasuke are able to sympathize with each other because of loneliness and betrayal. But the betrayal is not that much high, but betrayal is still an option. So it is they're complicated how they want to feel about it. In Sakura, that's when Kakashi passes them, which is confusing for them. But that's when Kakashi explains Naruto is a field graduate. And when when Sakura asked to explain, Sasuke, I mean, that's when Kakashi would say that Naruto has done something in the field which has given him promotion, and he has taken down a traitor of Konoha. And this kind of it kind of pisses Naruto off, saying Konoha, I mean traitor of Konoha. Now here let me explain my reason why Naruto doesn't hate Mizuki that much like he did in canon. Because number one, yeah, sure, he tried to kill him and stuff, but didn't all the village though? I mean, yes, he didn't get bullied, but they stared at him. They stared at him like they wanted to kill him. Mizuki just went through with it, but it still didn't happen. Plus, Mizuki was the one who told him the truth. But yeah, even if it was for Naruto to get emotionally deranged, so Mizuki could kill him, but yeah, Mizuki was the person who told Naruto the truth, so at least he can respect that. And I know, yeah, I'm making Naruto way more insane, and I'm making a big deal about it, but you just guys have to think about it for a second. This Naruto, the gamer Naruto, is not normal Naruto who's completely in emotion, completely thinks with his emotions or something. This Naruto, after getting the game mind, is calm, collected, and is able to think for himself instead of just being a stupid guy with fully emotions and shouting, "I'll become Hokage" without doing any hard work for it. Yes, if you guys start coming at me saying how Naruto did hard work for his goal for Hokage before joining the Chunin, I mean before starting the game, I mean yeah, before starting his stay with the Kakashi Team 7, hell no. All Naruto did was punch and kick a fucking lock. He didn't even care to find out why the hell he was weak, because he thought just by supposedly punching and kicking he would go stronger. And Naruto was so arrogant in his abilities, thinking that just by shouting he was able to get all he wants. It's different. Yeah, by shouting, if he could get all he wants, it's not hard work, it's just plain stubbornness. You guys are comparing Naruto's stubbornness with his hard work. Honestly, the only time that Naruto has really hard worked for anything is summoning jutsu. The Rasengan he was easily able to master. Man, before you start pounding at me that Rasengan was very difficult for Naruto to master, Minato took 3 years to create it. Jiraiya took 6 months to master it. Who had Minato to explain it to him. Even Kakashi took around 3 months. If the intel that he gave during the training arc to master the Rasengan and evolve the to create the Rasen Shuriken was true, Kakashi took 3 months, while Naruto only took 3 weeks. And that was without a perfect training partner. All Jiraiya did was explain what the hell he should do and left him to his own thing. That's not fucking training. That's prodigy as fuck. And I'm not gonna listen to you guys blabbering shit about it. He has shadow clones, the jutsu that no one can use. I mean, no one can use as him. Kiba, Jonin or Chunin, I forgot, during the war arc, he was able to only use one shadow clone. And I know that I'm fucking comparing Kiba to Naruto, but yeah, that guy. But an intel, if you guys need, is that when Naruto was training when Naruto was training to develop the wind style Rasen Shuriken, the Kakashi estimated that Naruto is using 98% of his chakra to hold back the QB in the seal, so he could practice on his chakra, and only 2% is used for the jutsus, and 2% of chakra is used for 2000 shadow clones. That's just way higher than anyone could ever do. That's just way too overpowered. Naruto has way too high Manicha. Naruto just has way higher chakra than I ever realized. And plus, in Yeah, in the power scaling arc, Naruto or adult Naruto just isn't, his chakra level is immeasurable. Okay, you're just gonna have to understand how much chakra Naruto has. And yes, I know that you guys would say that just because he has high chakra doesn't mean he doesn't have high chakra control. But think about it. The only jutsu that he needed for high chakra control before the war was Rasengan. All the other jutsus, well, not jutsus, jutsu, that being shadow clone and summoning jutsu, he needed to expel as much, oh, you could say, chakra as possible. And Naruto has a fucking abundance of it. And yes, you might be also saying that this tiredness, I mean, the difficulty of summoning jutsu would be too, but I mean, come on, guys, that's not fucking hard work. Jiraiya didn't really teach him anything in the 3 years time skip. Yes, he helped Naruto master his basics and stuff like that, but otherwise, Naruto was still an emotional idiot who, in the name of Sasuke, was triggered. So yeah, anyways, I'm blabbing a lot. As I said, Naruto is passed by Kakashi, and Naruto was passed during the field test, and Kakashi has to take Sasuke also because of the fact. He doesn't say that Sasuke is also, he has to take Sasuke because of the fact that he's an Uchiha or something like that. But he just says Sasuke is also passed because he used Genin level technique, that being the flame fireball jutsu. Sasuke is, well, pretty feels pretty good about it, but Naruto realizes that Kakashi isn't telling them something. But Sakura is the one who's dejected. But Kakashi also passes her, saying that, well, there is no teamwork with 3 people, right? This kind of pisses off Sasuke because he thought that Sakura was gonna go, but he isn't gonna complain because he has a rival. Yeah, he acknowledges Naruto as a rival at this point on. He starts acknowledging Naruto as a rival at this point on, and this is way earlier than what Sasuke acknowledged Naruto as. Sasuke acknowledged Naruto as his rival during the Wave Arc, or the end, when Sasuke sacrificed his life. Not sacrificed, but yeah, came in between the Senbons and Naruto. But yeah, anyways, the team would be decided and they would be sent back after eating, or mostly Naruto and Sasuke eating while Sakura gets bits and pieces of it. Sakura is the one most dejected though, because she's passed because the squad needed 3 people. She didn't pass because of her skills. She didn't pass because she was some kind of awesome ninja or some shit. She passed only because of the fact that the ninja system needed 3 people in a squad. And Kakashi especially claims it to her, not realizing that it would hurt Sakura's feelings. Naruto was passed because of field expertise. Sakura thought that Naruto was weak, but Naruto passed by defeating a traitor, and that's a big deal. Even if the traitor is some kind of weak ass guy, he's still labeled a traitor, meaning Naruto was able to defeat a traitor. And Sasuke, well, Sakura just thinks Sasuke is because he's an Uchiha, which is kind of correct, but she just thinks like it. But anyways, Sakura vows to get better and not be an hindrance to her team, and also gets to she still has the same dream that she wants to get acknowledged by her Sasuke-kun, but she wants to get stronger. Where she makes her resolution way earlier than in the forest arc, where she has to guide Sasuke, where she has to protect Sasuke and Naruto after they fight with Orochimaru while she did shit. But yeah, anyways, Naruto would not know what to do, but he would think about going to the library, but he would just dismiss it because, well, he has basic knowledge about everything, and as I said, his intelligence has raised. So he just comes around, he just goes back home and waits for the next day. And the next day comes in and the team does a D-rank mission, but Kakashi first teaches them something. Not teamwork though, personal training. because as Hiruzen said, or as I said before in the previous video, Kakashi, or in this video or previous video, I don't know when I said it, but yeah, I said it in the previous video, but yeah, Naruto is also a flight risk just like Sasuke, meaning he needs to make sure that Naruto and Sasuke will stick together, because they have, honestly, if Sasuke thinks about it, he also feels sympathetic to Naruto, kind of getting betrayed and stuff. He doesn't see himself in Naruto, he does see himself in Naruto as the cool, calm and collected persona, but not the arrogant persona which Sasuke has. So he doesn't know what he needs to do, but he would train them. Kakashi would train them. He would train his sensei son to make sure that his sensei son does not leave his home, and he would make sure to, well, honor the memory of Obito by training Sasuke. So yeah, Kakashi would, after letting them complete one D rank, would start training them, and their first training would not be team exercises, but would be individual exercises named tree walking and water walking. Now this would be interesting for Naruto because of the fact that, it would be interesting for Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura because of the fact that, well, Sakura has perfect chakra control, and Naruto and Sasuke don't. Well, Naruto has way too high chakra, but he has the gamer system to help him. And Sasuke, well, he doesn't have anything to help him except for his rivalry combat. But Naruto, listening to this, decides to observe everyone once again. He goes to observe Kakashi, which does not work, and that's when he gains another level up, and it gains the third level it needed, and it shows Kakashi's, well, name this time, and his title, that being the Copy Ninja. Interesting. Naruto just thinks it's interesting, so he goes to Sakura, and it doesn't really reveal much except for new interesting bio, which is basically she likes Sasuke-kun and wants to impress her or something. But Sasuke's, observe is interesting. It seems that, well, his parents were banned. Well, no, he has revenge. He wants revenge on his brother, though. That kind of explains why the certain someone is his brother, but it doesn't really explain anything much else that. But there's also a hidden column, which is named hidden. So he mentally clicks on it, but it says Sharingan, and his blood takes a double take on it, and he looks it back. He knows what the Sharingan is because the day before yesterday, where he was sitting in the library using shadow clones to gain knowledge and stuff. Gain knowledge and stuff. He also read about the Uchiha and how they were murdered by a person, but not the name. And this is the name, that being Itachi. And it seems that after clicking about the Sharingan, it seems that Sasuke has unlocked the Sharingan, but he doesn't know how to use it. Because it's interesting, because Sasuke has unlocked the Sharingan, but he doesn't know how to use it. Interesting, and Naruto wants to help this kid, Yeah, sure, he would become even more arrogant, but maybe with the gamer system, or with the system, he would be easily able to capture it, not catch up to him. So after Kakashi explains what the tree walking is, here Naruto pulls Sasuke aside and tells him that he can sense something hidden within Sasuke. Sasuke just raises his eyebrow, and Naruto says something is hidden within his eye. This kind of shooks him. This kind of Naruto has to give him Sasuke something of a hint, don't he? So this kind of both his eyebrows are raised. Sasuke's both eyebrows are raised, and Sasuke, being the smart guy he is quickly able to put two and two together and realizes that Naruto is talking about a Sharingan, and he whispers about the Sharingan. Naruto just nods and tells him to add chakra within his eyes. Sasuke just looks questioningly at Naruto. That's when Kakashi comes in asking what they are doing, not doing tree exercises. But that's when Sakura reaches the top and thinks Sasuke would congratulate her, but Sasuke is not even looking at her. He's talking to Naruto, asking what he means. Naruto then says that he doesn't really know what it is, but he just has this feeling. Just try it. Sasuke would just look questioning at Naruto, not wanting to do it, but Naruto would say it really doesn't matter because Sasuke doesn't have any loss in it. Sasuke just relents, and with his minimal chakra control that he learned with his brother and his father, he has chakra into his eye, which changes his eyes. His visions is more clear, and Naruto, he looks back at Naruto, and Naruto has a smug smile on his face. And then Naruto then whispers, not whispers, just mouths, "Congratulations, Sharingan." Sasuke, like realizing that he can read lip, which is weird, but yeah, he can read what Naruto is trying to lip out, is confused, shocked, and awed by it. Then Sasuke turns to Kakashi, and Kakashi is even shocked that Sasuke unlocked the Sharingan. And Kakashi does this you smile, I smile thing, and congratulates Sasuke. Sasuke is whole lot happy and thanks Naruto, and intentionally, like letting go over his stoic persona. Naruto just raises his eyebrow, and Sasuke realizes what he has done and tries to hide it, but Naruto just shakes his head and pats Sasuke's back, congratulating him. Sakura also tries to congratulate Sasuke. I mean, Sakura doesn't know what is even happening, but Naruto and Kakashi congratulating Sasuke for something, and she also tries to congratulate Sasuke. Sasuke deactivates his Sharingan and looks to Sakura questioningly why the hell she's up in a tree. And this causes Sakura to blush, and she falls down. With Naruto and Sasuke both raising an eyebrow at her, Kakashi just shakes his head, knowing this is going to be a long day. And they start training. Now here's the thing, Sasuke is able to not mimic, but he's able to quickly understand what is he asks Naruto how he was able to find it. Naruto just says that he felt some kind of chakra inside of it, more or less, but yeah, it was kind of blocking and he needed to push chakra on it. There was this kind of block in his eyes, more or less. He doesn't know how to explain it, but he just blabs out gut feeling. Sasuke looks questioning at Naruto, but just takes this answer because even Naruto doesn't know how to explain it. So yeah, he's gonna take it. He has a fucking Sharingan. Why the hell not? Sasuke is in a good mood today. So with his good mood, and he's able to learn tree walking by the end of the day. And Naruto is also able to tree walk by the end of the day though. So he uses the shadow clone technique, which he has learned and which is very awesome because of the fact that he has been using the same technique over and over again while reading the seals. He just uses shadow clone for an hour, then bursts out, and that's when he gets a skill, tree walking exercise. But he also gets a perk, interestingly. It says chakra control, but there's a bracket named 10%. Sorry, 2%. Interestingly, he doesn't know what it is, so he clicks it while all the other clones are working out, and he realizes that he can control his chakra. The chakra control is basically, as Kakashi said, controlling the chakra inside his body. And Naruto, after an hour, can only control 2% of his chakra. Interestingly, so Naruto uses his shadow clone to 100 shadow clones. He just spams it, and everyone starts every one of the clones start climbing using chakra control, and every hour they are able to poof and give Naruto the knowledge. In just 3 hours, Naruto is able to completely master the tree walking exercise. This shocks Sakura because she didn't know Naruto was able to use this much clones. Sasuke because he didn't know Naruto was able to master this fast, and Kakashi because he didn't know Naruto was able to use shadow clones like this. So Sasuke feels a fire in his eyes and he starts climbing easily, but he still fails because, even if he's in a good mood, he's still arrogant, remember? And Naruto, he gives up and asks Naruto for tip, and Naruto just gives him how to calm your nerves and climb it stuff. And the day passes, as I said, with Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura knowing tree walking. The next day, another D rank is done, and then they start water walking. And Naruto, using the same method as he did, gains another skill, that being water walking, and his chakra control also, the chakra control percentage also level ups. Because for some odd reason, when he mastered tree control, tree walking exercise, his chakra control was only at 5%. And now, after the entire day of learning water walking and helping Sasuke whenever needed, he was able to bring it to 10%. But that's stuck. That's it. He's stuck at that. So yeah, after that they start individually trailing with Sasuke and Naruto, like dueling it out, and Sasuke is able to not predict Naruto. He's able to see his movements, but Naruto's unpredictability comes through, giving Sasuke punch after punch something. But Naruto and Sasuke's training helps Naruto tremendously. His unpredictable taijutsu skill is leveling up like crazy, as well as his danger sense. Intentionally. And Naruto, just before the end of the first month mark, he asks Sasuke for the favor. Since Naruto and Sasuke have good chakra control now, Naruto thinks he can do the jutsu. So he asks Sasuke for the favor. Sasuke is kind of nervous about what Naruto is going to ask, and Kakashi and Sakura are also interested and confused about Sakura is confused. Kakashi knows what Naruto is talking about. So Sakura asks what the hell it is. Naruto just says that it's a favor for between him and him. You don't need to worry about it. Sakura feels dejected that the boys are not involving her this, but yeah, no, Naruto and Sasuke don't care, and Kakashi tries to console her. But yeah, Naruto asks Sasuke to teach him the fireball jutsu, which kind of surprises Naruto's Sasuke, because he didn't think Naruto was just going to ask a damn jutsu, and honestly he doesn't have any problem over it, because of the fact that Naruto has helped him unlock his Sharingan, and the fact that Naruto has helped him with the tree walking and water walking. And Sasuke gladly teaches Naruto the fireball jutsu. Naruto even tells him, due to the fact that he has helped Sasuke unlock his Sharingan, he gets another favor. Sasuke just nods, why not? Because what is the worst going to happen? He's going to give a jutsu, right? Right? For fans, that's a spoiler. You don't have to worry. I'm going to explore that on time. But yeah, Naruto's able to learn the hand seals, and he gets the skill fireball jutsu. So he just uses the fireball jutsu, and the first time he uses, his throat is bad, but a good fireball, in Sasuke's standard at least, is Sasuke's standard, a good fireball gets released, which impresses Sasuke, because he didn't think Naruto was able to use fireball this fast, because he had to work hard for it. And Naruto, as I said, Naruto's special ability using shadow clones to make 10 of them, and all of them uses shadow clone jutsu. Now in this 1 month gain, Naruto was able to master the fireball technique, fireball skill, and as well as gain level ups for the multi shadow clone and shadow clone jutsu. Shadow clone jutsu is at a level of level 30, and multi shadow clone is at a level of 35. Here, Shadow Shuriken Jutsu is still there. Seal making has not leveled up. The Observe has leveled up to level 4, because he has been observing everyone who has been seeing at him and seeing everyone's hatred. Naruto is still even more conflicted on what to do. But yeah, eventually the 1 month time passes, and Sasuke and Naruto are both annoyed at the fact that they're getting D rank, but Naruto is not going to say anything. He's cold towards Hiruzen. So he just asks Hiruzen to Naruto doesn't ask. Sasuke is the one to ask Hiruzen for a new mission. And Iruka, who was saddened that Naruto is not even looking at him and just staring straight at Sasuke, just seeing at the background or seeing anywhere else in front of them, gets hurt again, because now Iruka has been drinking a lot, because of the fact that Naruto, who he thought as little brother, is rejecting him, and said into his face about how he lied to him, and how Naruto was basically Iruka is very sad. Hiruzen, knowing that Naruto would like a good mission and trying to get into Naruto's good graces, would allow them to get the Tajuna mission, and the mission would start. And honestly, that's the mission would start, and all the group would go towards land of waves, where they would Naruto's danger sense, which is at level 6, mind you, starts tingling. If you guys don't know the danger sense, how it works, is basically like a spider sense which tingles in his back of the mind or in his head, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it tingles if there's a danger somewhere after they pass a puddle. So Naruto, after passing a puddle, he felt his danger sense tingle, and so yeah. Anyways, the demon brothers, the demon Chunin brothers, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I'm going to call them the demon brothers. So the demon brothers would attack and kill Kakashi, while Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto without any concern for his sensei, because he kind of noted that his sensei didn't die because of the danger sense. He realized that his sensei didn't die, and he jumps and easily disposes of one Chunin brother, while his danger sense also level up to level 7. Now he doesn't realize that there was a poison, because his danger sense warned him not about the poison, but about the fact that the kunai or whatever it is, the blade was gonna slash on him. He just dodged and punched the shit out of the demon brothers to knock them out. Sasuke would also easily defeat them with using his Sharingan to read their movements. Oh, and by the way, Naruto's unpredictability, as I said, it was crazy, and it is at a level of 45, and yes, Sasuke has still not unlocked his Tsutomu, but he's almost there. Sasuke has been getting training from Kakashi about the fact, how to use the Sharingan and stuff. So this is important for later. So yeah, after that, the Chunin brothers would be interrogated, and Tashina would come clean about how the land of waves were attacked by Gato and how they imprisoned them and stuff like that. And after that, the team would continue with Naruto not really having any care, or Naruto not really caring to go back because he isn't poisoned. Sasuke wanting a good fight, and Kakashi just following his two students. Sakura being hesitant, but she has grown stronger. Kakashi has helped her with the taijutsu, with her good chakra control and stuff, and they are even more better than Rede. So they would continue the mission, and after crossing the water, they would encounter Zabuza, while Naruto would throw a kunai after his danger sense activates, and he realizes that something is wrong. Not because of the cat, because he felt a tiny amount of bloodlust for some odd reason. So, but that's when he again feels his danger sense, and he runs towards Tazuna to get him out of the way, while Kakashi brings down Sasuke and Sakura, and a giant a giant sword passes through, and Zabuza is revealed. Now Zabuza and Kakashi would have the battle, and when Kakashi reveals his Sharingan, Sasuke is not that surprised, because he knows that Kakashi has a Sharingan, and also the fact that a best friend gave it to him, and this kind of stuck both Naruto and Sasuke. They kind of look at each other but deny each other when Kakashi told them about this a month during the training, and Kakashi sees that Naruto and Sasuke forming a pretty good bond in their own way, which is kind of weird, but yeah, they mostly fight it and honestly, Naruto and Sasuke are both equal in terms of fitness. Even if Sasuke unlocked the Sharingan, he was quite arrogant, but Naruto humbled him while using his unpredictability and his shadow clones whenever he needed. So Sasuke and Naruto have not lost to each other, but have not won with each other as well. So they are always in a draw whenever they spar. And Sasuke is kind of frustrated, but realizes that Naruto is a good rival to him. So yeah, eventually Zabuza would press Kakashi to use the water present to seal him, but that's when Naruto would quickly anyways, Zabuza, when he uses the killer intent, that Naruto's danger sense would level up like crazy until it would be at a level of 20. Interestingly, 13 levels. He got 13 levels by this bloodlust, but Kakashi would help them, and Kakashi would fight Zabuza, and eventually get taken into the water prison, and Naruto and Sasuke would make up a plan. So when Zabuza's water clone attacks them, Naruto and Sasuke like team up and easily dispose of Zabuza's clone, because Zabuza's clone was only like 20% of his full strength. And Naruto yanks out Fuma Shuriken from his inventory. And by the way, I didn't mention this before, but Naruto mostly has his tools and ninja tools in his inventory, while his clothes are in his bag, because he doesn't want anyone to suspect the fact that he has like some kind of interdimensional inventory and stuff. So yeah, anyways, the plan would go just like the same in canon, with Kakashi freed, and they would end it, while Kakashi and Zabuza would end it. And when Kakashi is gonna kill them, Haku would come in and take him off. And after that, they would escort Tazuna to his house, where they would begin their 1 week training program after Kakashi realizes that Zabuza is still alive. And this training process is gonna be much different from it. And I'm going to explain what the training process is, and the next arc, that being as I said, the next episode is going to be very, very important. So I want you guys to stay focused. So yeah, that's all for this episode, guys. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff. And if you don't, I can understand. Peace out.